Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy, B.I.G. A.N.T. Back with another episode of the Can I Kick a Podcast. You guys already know. First of all, I want to give you guys an apology. I'm gonna have to, let me pull this up. I think it's been a while since I posted. And, let me see here. And yeah, just please forgive me for that, because I know some of you actually listen to the podcast. May 31st. So yeah, like a month. Is that the last one? Yep. Yeah, before we get started, let me open up this drink. It's one of those nights where I can't sleep. I'm up watching my boy Panda on Super Mario Maker, and decided to get on here and talk some stuff with you guys. I'm good. I hope you guys are good. Give yourself a round of applause for making it here. I appreciate everybody who's been tuning in and who's been asking me about the podcast and all my all my well-being and what I got going on and stuff like that. Since we last spoke, what's been going on? Work's been good, a little hectic. It's hot as hell in Florida. I just spilled my drink, but we're not gonna talk about that. Yeah, it's really hot. But work is good. Paid all my bills on time. My parents are good. My sister's good. My nieces are good. My daughter's good, and her mother is good as well. And again, shout outs to Jen. She graduated, and she's going to try to get a job and be a full-time RN. I'm super excited about that. She's worked super hard for this, and she's achieved everything she's put her mind to. I just stepped on a crown. Thank you, Ziana. And yeah, Ziana was just here like 2 weeks ago, and it was great. Obviously, hung out, had a great time, and she'll be here next weekend. So I have some grocery shopping and some planning to do, and all that great stuff, all the daddy duties and everything like that. And it's gonna be a good time, man. It's gonna be a really good time, and can't wait for that. So everybody's good. Today's episode is gonna be a mix of two topics. One topic is gonna be gaming. I know how much you guys love gaming, and just wanted to dip into that. I've been talking to a couple of friends of mine, and just noticed how impactful gaming has been on my life. And the other one is kind of like, obviously this is turning into a dad pod. Missing holidays with your loved ones. In this case, it would be my daughter. We could touch on that before we get into gaming. I think the gaming is going to be a little deeper. 4th of July is not like 4th of July is cool. It's not like one of those, those hard-hitting holidays, but it's still considered a holiday. And obviously, if you live in America, you're gonna celebrate it. Not everybody celebrates it. I didn't buy any fireworks this year, and I didn't throw any barbecues. It was just me and Mia, like it always been. But I got a FaceTime call, and my daughter's all about swimming now. She loves the pool. She loves the water. And she had her floaties on, and she was showing me how she cannonballs, and Jen said, do a cannonball, show Dad I did a cannonball, and she just ran and jumped into the pool, no fear, which is amazing, because she reminds me of myself when I was her age and younger and growing up. My Uncle George, he had a swimming pool. And he taught me how to swim, basically. Like, I knew the basics, but he taught me how to swim, breathing techniques and he always had me like dive for like quarters and shells and stuff. And I had no fear. I enjoyed swimming. I love the beach. Like to this day, I love the beach. If I can go to the beach and just sit and chill, I would go to the beach and just sit and chill. And yeah, so she's like all about swimming, and I got to see her for a little while, and she was in the pool for like Jen said like 7-8 hours, and it's hard prying it's hard prying her away from that stuff because she absolutely enjoys it. And it just got me thinking, like, like since everything that happened up north, and me coming back down, and me having to learn how to co-parent and do all of these things on my own, it just reminds me that I'm missing a lot of holidays. And even though like some of that is suppressed and like dumbed down, and like sometimes it hits you a little harder, sometimes like I'll go out and see other people with their kids and their loved ones, and I'm just like, man, I really miss that. But it's not as bad as a Debbie Downer as it used to be. When everything was fresh and new, like everything bothered the shit out of me, and I was real jealous. And I kind of just learned to deal with that, and I kind of put myself in a position to where I have to be happy with what I have now. Which is I still get to see my daughter and spend time with my daughter. And I learned to divert that energy into putting it into understanding that it could be worse. There's some people that don't see their kids at all, or they're going through legal troubles, and they're going through court systems and all types of stuff. So like I'm really blessed in that department that me and Jen get along, and there's no negativity, and we're both in it for our daughter. But I learned to divert that energy into me like wanting to always be negative and be jealous of everybody else, because there's people that don't have any of that, and I'm just really super lucky that I'm able to still have a bond and share time with my daughter and her mom. But if I could, obviously, I would spend every day with my daughter, and I would spend every holiday. This last birthday she had was the second one I missed, I think, because she's 4 now. Yeah, last one I was with, when I was with her, was 2. But you got to learn to digress, and you got to learn to divert your energy into different avenues instead of it all being like funneled down into always being negative and in that realm, because it's not her fault. It's not anybody's fault. Things just happen. That's life, but you have to learn how to overcome, obviously, as cliche as that sounds. And sometimes it just takes people a little bit longer, and it took me a little bit longer. I'm not gonna bullshit you. But I'm continuing on this journey, right, of learning how to cope and understand that things could be different, but I'm okay, and I'm content where I'm at, because like I said, I still have the ability and I still have the time to like share. So it'd be a lot different if I didn't. Because I know friends, and I know people that go through the total opposite of what I'm going through, like have to fight for time, fight to see their kids, deal with baby mama, baby daddy bullshit, and I don't have to deal with any of that. And my biggest enemy is time. Like I'm still in a predicament where I'm bettering myself, and I'm trying to get to that point to where I can see my kid like every other weekend instead of just like once a month, or twice a month. If I could, I'd go over there every weekend. And I'm just, like I said, I'm truly blessed in a way that I can still share. And I think if I wasn't able to share, my life and my time, I think it would hit a little bit different. But along the journey, I'm learning how to cope. I'm learning how to reshape and reprogram, I guess you could say, like the way I think and the way I handle things when it comes to my emotions about my daughter and my life. Because this is it, even though this happened and like it's been brewing for the last 4 years. Um, it's still there's a lot of things that are new, you know, and I have to wrap my brain around being by myself, which is okay, and it gets tough, but you know I say that to say this, and to the second part of the podcast about gaming was everything is about my daughter, everything is about my family, and once all that had to be, I hate to use the terminology and terminologies of taken away, but at the same time they were taken away, and it just took me a long time to deal with that, and like I always want to be with my daughter. And even like as silly holiday as 4th of July is, and I know it's big for some people, I have friends that did service and did time, and stuff like that. But, outside of that, in my intermediate family, no one's actually, was in the army or anything like that. Maybe my grandparents, but like, it's just a silly little holiday for America. And, shout outs to America. 250 years is old as shit. But it's those things that you have to learn to understand that you can't have your cake and eat it too. So I'm learning to process that, and I'm still learning, dealing with emotions and different avenues and the way I think and different, just everything is different now. Like I move different, I talk different. Like I don't I'm not into drama. I'm not even into all that stuff. I'm very solo. I'm closed off, and that's just who I choose to be. And it's not like I haven't tried to change, because I have. But sometimes I'm just so comfortable with being like in my four walls and inside my own head that I really just want to be by myself outside of my daughter. As greedy as that sounds, but my little human is everything to me, and she's doing amazing, and she's just continuing to grow and flourish and just be amazing. So I'm truly blessed in all avenues. I'm really, really, truly blessed with my daughter, my family, and her mom, and everything else that surrounded me. I'm just little by little getting better and better at dealing with my complications in life, because if anybody knows, and you guys would be the first, that I have a lot of complications. But yeah, so I'm learning, and I'm gonna continue to learn. But to touch on the next subject, which goes hand in hand, before I had my life-changing and life-saving little human be brought into this world. For those of you who don't know, I'm a very, 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 very big gamer. Gaming for me started at like 3 years old. My dad, shout out Pops. My dad, let me give us some round of applause. My dad messed around and bought me the original Nintendo, the original NES in 1986, 1987. Well, I was born in 86. I probably got it around 89. Or he had already had it. I really don't know the origin of the story. I just knew I had one when I was old enough to play it. Super Mario, Duck Hunt, man, Tetris, you name it, I played it. And I have core memories. I have pictures of me and my dad playing Super Mario. And that's where it started. That's where it started for a lot of us, older folk. And then and up until maybe, I want to say like maybe like 15, 16, when games started hitting a little different. I obviously had a Nintendo, and then I had a Sega Genesis. I did not have a Super Nintendo, but my neighbor, shout out to my boy Drew. You already know. My boy Drew across the street and his grandparents had a Super Nintendo. So I was covered on all bases in that era of the 90s. I had my own Sega, and my boy across the street, he had the Super Nintendo. So anything that came out on the Super Nintendo, I was playing over there. And everything I had on Sega, he was playing on my house. And around that era, I was like maybe 10, 12 years old. It was still more of entertainment for me. And I would play for fun. And then obviously when I got a little bit older, and we're talking about maybe 18, 19-ish era, that was when I was, obviously becoming an adult, or at least I thought so. Hey. Gaming then became a little more serious. To me, as much as people down talk gaming, it's not an addiction. To me, gaming nowadays, from 20 years old up until now, especially the games that hit a little harder and give you the freedom of to do whatever you want and escape the world. We're gonna get into that in a second. Gaming is not an addiction. Is there a form of addiction? I'm pretty sure, but I think like that goes toe and toe with like gambling. You know what I mean? Like gambling and stuff like that. But like gaming itself, like I really don't think it's an addiction as much, because there's so many deeper avenues and deeper. Hello? Hey, I'm on the podcast. Sorry about that. There's so many deeper avenues and deeper roots that are associated with like gaming itself. Because the number one thing for me is video games that you can connect with. They provide like a safe place. Like you have the real world and you have your gaming world. So like you go out there and you deal with real life struggles and real life people and all the shenanigans and all the bullshit in the world. And you come home and you turn on your Xbox or your PlayStation or your PC or your Nintendo Switch and you escape. You know what I mean? And it's like it's an outlet. It's an outlet. You get you get the freedom of leaving everything behind, like all your difficult situations, your difficult times, anything that you're going through. You forget about that. It's like literally like the switch you turn on, the game to turn it on. It's like the switch that you turn off in the real world, because obviously you're not thinking about bills, you're not thinking about stress, you're not thinking about XYZ, your job, your money and whatever. So like the same switch that you would turn on the game, you get to turn off in real life. And I absolutely love that. And the thing is, like, you get to switch off from the real world. That's a tongue twister. Real world. And you get to indulge in more interactive, made up, imaginative worlds that you are now drawn to and you can connect to. And then inside of that, inside multiplayer games, inside of like RPGs and MMOs and live service games, like there's communities now. So the same way that you guys would view things, let's say like, everybody, let's use sports. It's the perfect example. I'm gonna give myself a pat on the back. Sports have a following and communities. There's people who like soccer. There's people who like football. There's people who like American football, even though I said football twice. Like pro wrestling and baseball, stuff like that. There's communities, you know what I mean, in those realms. And there's also communities in the gaming world. And obviously there's certain games and certain avenues and certain things that separate each other from everything else. Like there's people who like Super Mario, then there's people who like Call of Duty, then there's people who like Fortnite, and then there's people who like Gears of War, and et cetera, and the list goes on. And through that, you meet a lot of people. Or at least I would hope so. If you're not, if you're not antisocial. Some people use video games to be antisocial, but for me, I'm very social on video games. That's how I met a majority of my friends and still talk to. And i.e., the last the last episode I told you about, my boy Alpha. I met through gaming and is now one of my best friends, like in the entire fucking world. But before we dive into the communities and the friends that you make along the way, gaming, when it puts you in these safe spots and these safe realms and this safe space, it helps reduce stress, and it helps you deal with, emotional distress. And I think in a way it kind of like forms like a resilience, like you're putting up a shield, you know what I mean, when it comes to the outside world, because it's such an escape. You get to turn everything off and just chill. You can play single player games, story games, multiplayer games, online games, live service games, MMO, RPG, Spider-Man, Marvel Rivals, and Mortal Kombat, and fighting games, and puzzle games, and escape room games, free games, expensive games, cheap games, indie games. Like the list is phenomenal. Like you have so many outlets, and obviously you would choose your favorite one, or you get to experiment and see what new games or other games you like, and everything is a choice. Even in the games, you got to make choices, and there's different outcomes for your choices, and et cetera, et cetera. Like, what kind of armor do I need? Or, what kind of, it's just, if I make this choice, then this character is not going to like me, but this character will, and he will remember that, and he'll forget that. And man, it's such a deep rooted, connected world. You know what I mean? And it's such a powerful relief that you can just come home and just turn all that off and focus on just gaming and having fun. And yeah, it just gives you a break from the daily norm. You know what I mean? Like all your pressures, and you get to just explore, different stories, and you get the achievements. Like there's things in games called achievements, and you get to do things in game, and you get achievements, you get a gamer score, you get a trophy, you get, what I mean, you get all of these rewards, and it's just like you're surrounded by like positivity. You know what I mean? Like you get things for doing things in the game, and that kind of like translate into like into the real world, where it might be a little dark, and it might be a little, not noteworthy, and you don't really get rewarded in the real world like half the time. But like in the gaming world, something or somebody in something is always giving you something: a new piece of armor, a new weapon, a new skin, a new piece of clothing, or the next level, something to unlock, and achievements, trophies, and all of this stuff. You know what I mean? And along the way, depending on what game or what avenue you decide to take part in, there's the thing that I talked about with the community and the connection to the games that we share with people. And if you guys listen to not the last episode, but the episode before that, I was talking about Destiny. A lot of my friends come from Destiny. There's a lot of great people I met through gaming, and that was one of them. And I have a whole list of people. I have a whole list. I got Daybach, I got Alpha, I got Nappy, I got everybody from the squad. I got Six, I got Draco, I got Mystic, I got John, I got, what I mean? There's a lot of people that I talk to daily, and it's because of gaming. And like a lot of people will be like, oh, like you meet these people in the game, you just sit there and talk about the game. No, like we're in there talking about real life, like we're sharing stories, and we're we're telling people about our lives and our girlfriends and our wives and our kids and our dogs and our cats and you know what I mean, the weather and vacations and shit like that. So I think it's like more beyond the experience of gaming and being connected with the game. Like, you become connected with the people that you meet along the way. There's some people that have everlasting, impactful impressions. And, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but Alfie is one of them. Alfie's been in my life now for like 12, 13 years due to Destiny. And my daughter calls him Tio. Like, when I FaceTime him just so he can see her, she translates that as, this is my uncle. And I met him through a video game. I went to GameStop and I bought a game. I take that back. I didn't go to GameStop. I digitally bought Destiny. I bought a game. I loaded it up. Met some people. Met those people who were friends with Alfie. Alfie then met me. And the rest is history. Now he has a relationship with me and my daughter. And that is fucking mind-blowing to me, that a game randomly put these two people together. And and like I said, outside of that, just the gaming and the communities and the connection to the games, like, people have the ability to then socialize and grow deeper with people and make friends. And even those people who are antisocial can then open up more inside of gaming and gaming communities. So then therefore they don't have to focus on isolation and being judged and mental health issues and things like that. Like, online friends, like, all of my online friends are very supportive in everything that I do, with my daughter, with my relationships, with my friends, with gaming, with, you know what I mean? They're just really supportive. Like, people, like, these people have my back. You know what I mean? Like, they're very supportive. Like, in everything that I do, like, they tell me, like, just keep going, bro. Just keep going. We're here for you, no matter what. You know what I mean? And then there's the like the connection that you have with games that kind of like that kind of like, I guess, like, it's kind of like a metaphor of like who you are in like real life. Like, it dictates like who you are in real life. There's certain characters in games that you are drawn to way more than others, and you see yourself in them. I.e., my perfect example would be Zavala, who is the vanguard of the tower in Destiny. He's very big-hearted. He's very strong. He wants to be macho man. He cares about his tower. He cares about his family. He will do anything for his family. And I'm like, hey, that guy is me. Not because he's a Titan and I'm a Titan main, but that guy is definitely me. And you get connected to certain characters, and these characters are made up. Like, they're voice acted by real people, but they're made up. Somebody wrote down Zavala, who he is, his bio, everything about him, his likes and dislikes, his pros and cons, and people like me and everybody else fall in love with these characters, and you're drawn to these characters, and then that just makes the game more rich and more believable, and you just get lost in the sauce. And it is the most incredible feeling, because now you get to go through the game with those emotions, and you feel when things happen, when somebody dies, when somebody gets sick, when somebody gets robbed, you know what I mean? Like, when you kill a god, when you kill a monster, and you do things and you accomplish these things in the game with these characters, it's like a dopamine hit, like the biggest dopamine. And you can even coincide like difficult times with like a boss fight. You get what I'm saying? Like, you can work on your character, and you get to this boss and he's just whooping your ass. So is the real world. The real world is whooping my ass. It's whooping my ass. And in the game, the boss is whooping my ass. But it no matter how many times I die and I have to start over, I'm continuing to push and I'm continuing to grow, and I got to get more powerful so I can beat this boss. And when I do, oh man, listen, when you do, it is such a rush, and you feel accomplished. That's why I said the games are always giving. They don't really take away, unless you want to get into microtransactions. But we're not. We're gonna save that for another podcast. But, and let's not even get into like games that just require you to do puzzles and use your brain and it builds problem solving skills and it works. It's always like working your memory and your visuals and your timing. And oh man, like, come on, man. Like there's like Resident Evil has puzzles. Has always had puzzles. Like those things require you to use your brain. There's actual puzzle games. There's escape room games. There's co-op games. Like I need you to help me in these games. You know what I'm saying? It's just so many avenues that gaming is connected to in real life. It's just absolutely like mind blowing. You know what I mean? And you can even throw in like real life trauma. You know what I mean? Like you can build off of these games to help you heal. There's a million stories online about games that do that. You know, Destiny was one of them. Destiny brought me and my wife together. Like strong, like it brought us together. Like we built a relationship off of the game. Not saying that was the only outlet. You know what I mean? Like, I love Jen for who she is, but not just because she's godlike in PvP. And that she can whoop my ass in a 1v1. But me and my wife grew to like this game together, and we fell in love with the game, and it made our relationship stronger. Like I give Bungie all the credit in the world, and it brought us together. And you know, I touched on that in the last podcast. I'm not gonna get too deep into it, but that's just a perfect example. You know what I mean? And we would play it nonstop, constantly, every day after work. We was in there putting in the work and putting in the time. And the biggest thing for me is gaming is just an escape. It is a literal escape from the real world, and you can just shut off everything and be in peace. And I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, it's not that deep, bro," but it could be. You know what I mean? It really, really could be, because I'm speaking from existence. I'm still gaming to this day. Like I hate putting myself in this category, but I'm antisocial, like as fuck. Like I really don't like to be around people. I'm probably one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet in your entire life, but I really don't like being around people. Like I don't like being around crowds. I don't like being around just anybody, you know, unless it's like family and friends. Like I would stay home 99.9% of the time. And which I'm allowed to. You know what I mean? Don't come attacking me on IG or Twitter or anything like that, because I'm allowed to, because I pay $1,300 for this apartment. I'm gonna stay here a majority of the time. You heard me? Yeah, you damn right. But yeah, it's just an escape, and it's a real cool escape. And I was playing games earlier, and it just popped up in my head, and I was like, let me talk about it a little bit, because there's so many avenues that you can really touch on. And, you know, I named a few, and then you can always, you know, you can get into deeper. You know, there's stories about people getting saved from gaming, like, you know, people who try to commit suicide, people who have really bad trauma, really bad mental issues, isolation issues, antisocial issues, and they use gaming to help conquer those. And, you know, there's a way that you can coincide real life and gaming and live happily as you are. And I just really, really, really wanted to share that with you guys because gaming is cool, man. Gaming is cool. And even at my age, I didn't think I would still be gaming, but I do. And I think it's been implemented in me at a young age that I'll just probably never stop, because Ziana's gonna get older soon. She's gonna get about that age, and oh, man, I don't know what we're gonna play. We're probably gonna play the 800th million Super Mario, and hopefully she games. I'm not saying that I'm gonna pressure my daughter into playing games, but I'm gonna introduce her to it. You know, she plays Pokemon with me now, and if it's Pokemon, we'll play Pokemon together. But it would be so dope to just play games with my daughter. Like, hey, what are you doing today? You want to get on the game? Like, I'm home from work. Did you do your homework? All right, get on fucking Pokemon 800. No, we're not playing Peppa the Pig, and we're not playing the damn Barbie game. Okay, we're gonna go play some real stuff, you know. But yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys, man, because gaming is awesome. I'm not saying that you have to get into gaming, but man, you gotta respect it, because it's been around for so long, and it's just done so much. It's done so much right for me that again, like it's actually wild, you know, that this made up bullshit that, you know, it's just pretend. You're literally playing. You're just playing pretend at an older age, you know. And not even. Oh man, forgive me. I skipped over all the times that me and my sister. Oh bro, me and my sister played games. She had got a Wii. When Wii was popping, she got a Wii. Oh bro, Wii Sports. She would tear my ass up in bowling. But then I practiced. And I got good. You know what I'm saying? I practiced and I got good. And then my Guitar Hero days, I still don't see nobody in Guitar Hero. That's facts. Ask about me on that Guitar Hero. I was disgusting. But yeah, me and my sister would play those games too, man. She had a Wii. We be in that thing playing all types of shit. All night, all day. You know, especially the Wii Sports and stuff like that. We were big on that. That was very, very pivotal. I have core memories of that too. And yeah, man, it's just like, dude, it's an escape, man. It's just an escape. I don't know where I would be without them, to be honest. As corny as that sounds, I really don't know where I'd be without video games. I don't know what I'd be doing. Probably sleeping. That's so corny. But yeah, man. They video games become your best friends. They always listen, they don't judge, and you get to escape and you take away a lot of the pain through pressing buttons. So other than that, you guys know the deal. If you're new here, we appreciate you. If you've been rocking with us, we appreciate you even more. I'm gonna try to get on here more constantly. I know I've been saying that for months now. I just get so wrapped up in stuff, and work's been kicking my ass. It's been hot. I come home, I'm tired. It is literally almost 1:00, and I have to get up in 5 hours. But I just had to talk because it's been a while, and I miss you guys. But thank you for listening, and thank you guys for tuning in. You guys already know the deal. I'll catch you guys sometime next week. I'll try to think of a cool topic this time, other than the norm. You know what I mean? I know you guys are probably sick and tired of hearing about my daughter. By the way, this drink is hitting right now. What is this called? Sour Power. Yeah. That's really good. Yes. So I will see you guys. I wouldn't say same time, same place, because obviously I'm not going to try to be recording at 1:00 in the morning. But today I made an exception. But I will see you guys next week. I love you guys. Thanks for tuning in. I'll catch you guys then. Peace.